Hello, today I want to talk about something that is not just the name of my favorite Rocket League team, Zoom Zoom, but more a technique and a method that you can use whenever you are in a situation where you might feel a little bit anxious, where you might feel like everything's closing in around you, where something is really bothering you, and you don't have the headspace to just quickly snap out of it. And a few examples here are why did I make that mistake? The crowd is making me nervous. Why did she say that? This can't be happening. I don't know. So picture those situations where you are simply not quite sure what exactly is going on. You're like hyper focused on something in front of you that you can't really get rid of, or you're still focused on something that happened like 5 minutes ago. And at the bottom here, you can already see one of the solutions to that is temporal zooming, but we'll get to that in a minute. What I want to get to first is, if we scroll out, visual zooming. So for visual zooming, it is quite literally changing your FOV in real life. So in Rocket League, if you went from 90 to 120, you would see a lot more. And the same can be done for this. So sit up or lean back and try to focus on both this on the left side, that on the right side. And with these two, seeing them at the same time, you're already visually zooming. And science has shown, or studies have shown, that this actually changes how aroused you are. This changes how hyper-focused you are, and this really relaxes you as well. That's number one. Number two, temporal zooming. And you can already see it at the bottom here. You can see a week ago, yesterday, 5 minutes ago, right now, 5 minutes, tomorrow, in a week. So let's picture this. We are on a stage and it is getting hard. Like, wow, the opponents are super, super good right now. You really don't know what to do against it. You're kind of stuck. And here, you make a crucial mistake. You miss a ball. You could be stuck. Why did I make that mistake? You could be thinking about everyone is watching you, how closely they're watching you. Everyone saw that. But then again, you could use temporal zooming and ask yourself, will it matter in 5 minutes? Yeah, maybe. In 5 minutes. You might even have won the game. So will the mistake actually matter? Maybe not. Maybe yes. Will it matter in a week? Will it matter in a year? And trust me, most of the tournaments we are playing, you are playing, will not matter in a year. Will not matter in 5 years. Even if you want to go further, will it matter in 5 years, 10 years? Those moments, those one mistakes that you make are never going to be crucial. It's always going to be a whole lot of time preparing. It's always going to be more than a singular game, etc., etc. But you could also use temporal zooming in a different way. You could ask yourself, what will the future feel like after I'm done? This is something that's done a lot for marathons, but you can also do this for like finals, for example. Imagine yourself, visualize yourself, close your eyes for a second when you have a small break. Visualize success. Visualize yourself hopping off the stage, super happy because you've achieved what you wanted. You've given everything that you were able to give, and you achieved it. And that immediately puts you in a different state of mind and helps you get rid, or at least reduce, the anxiety that you're feeling. Also, you could go back like a week ago, a year ago. How many times have you already overcome this? For another example on stage would be, if you've played on stage already, I mean, you've probably overcome it already. You could also think of different situations that you've mastered where you did something that was way out of your comfort zone, and imagine how you felt afterwards. It's not even an imagining, it's remembering. And that temporal zooming to either side, future, past, doesn't matter, that can help tremendously. Next up, cognitive zooming. So there are different questions that you could ask yourself in case you don't know. Like, what are the solutions? What can we do about it? And sometimes you're just stuck. I'm sure everyone listening to this and watching this can remember a situation where there's just nothing. Like, your head is so hyper-focused, you had no idea what to think actually. Just a circle around one singular thing, nothing else. So think of a funny solution. Think of something that's so ridiculously stupid that it can never work, but it would be funny. And with that, you can already see, like, cognitively, your horizon expanding, your peripheral vision and thinking expanding. And that will get you out of this hyper focus on one spot or one thought and into the zone that you want to get in, which is a creative zone, which is a zone where you are not only focused on one thing, but on all things that matter. Another question would be, what's out of the box? And again, what's the most ridiculous thing that could happen? And lastly, we have linguistic zooming. Normally you would tell yourself, I've got this. I just gotta focus. We can do this. But you could go back, like a step back, literally, in your mind, and look at yourself and your team from an outside POV. He's got this. This team is amazing. This team will do X or Y. And really try to imagine yourself like there's someone standing up here behind you, looking at you, describing you, watching you. Take an outside perspective and linguistically also talk about yourself in that outside perspective. It's pretty clear, right? When you're looking at something and you imagine a different perspective altogether, then this is zooming in an amazing way. And this really will help you take a broader stance, see more, experience more, and also relax for sure. So with that, thank you for watching and have a great day. See you soon.